Rise and shine, beloved great grand rising. Happy New Year. Come on in, come on in. Take a moment, tag your friends, tag your family members. Let them know Spiritual Success TV is live. And don't forget to like and share this video. This is the way that we can pay it forward. We are live on Facebook as well. Let me just throw a grand rising comment up here and we'll be ready to go. All right. Grand rising. Happy New Year, guys. I pray that your holidays were wonderful and amazing. With that being said, let's do what we do in this community. We want to ground ourselves, center ourselves, and tap in. Go ahead, place one hand on heart, another hand on your core. Take a good healing deep breath in and exhale. Go ahead and turn that focus inward. Relax from the crown of your head all the way down. Come on, to the soles of your feet. Turn the focus inward. Deep breath in. Exhale out through the mouth. One more for the power of 3. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Feel your life force, your energy stirring and moving and flowing. We are here. We are here. We are here. We have safely crossed over. I pray that all is well with you and yours and that you are ready, excited, invigorated to see the best of you manifest in 2026. All right. So what we want to talk about today, I sent the email over the week. I want to talk about how we want to really settle ourselves, really calm down, and tap in to setting up this next 9-year cycle. So according to what we call the Gregorian calendar, 2026 is a universal 1 year, number 10 or number 1. So there are several things that this energy is magnified for. And the number 1 represents new beginning, identity, intention, initiation, all those good things. So I'm looking at the email I sent. So the significance of this number 1 year is going to be about identity. In this first month of January, we are still in the energy of the winter months, right? So we're in the energy of that here in the Northern Hemisphere. So we still want to take advantage of the time to rest, to reset. Thanks for joining us live, Lisa. And reset. And it's not too late. I purposely didn't do a whole lot of fanfare around coming in because I don't want us, as I call, making a mad dash, running, grabbing something. So today, if you haven't already, I want you to use today as an opportunity to really rest internally, right? I'm not just talking about physical reclining rest, but to rest inwardly, to breathe. Come on, breathe in and exhale and rest and reset. If you haven't already, reset. And I want you to command the body to come into balance, coherence, homeostasis. So when we do like our all is well mantra and we say all is well, we breathe, we can do that and relax. Smile real big. Come on, smile. Smile real big. One of my long-term elite clients, Dr. J, she wrote a book called Smile Real Big, right? Smile from the inside out, right? From the inside out. Let your inside smile. And then call your first name. Say, smile, first name, all is well. Come on. I want you to feel all through your body, all is well. Take a moment to relax, turn that focus inward, and feel that. Feel the coherence of the brain, the heart, the nervous system, the emotional realm, everything coming into coherence, everything cooperating and agreeing with well-being. Smile real big. All is well, first name. There's nothing missing, not in this sacred moment. Come on, come present right here. Nothing's missing. Nothing's broken. No place to be. Nothing that needs to be done. I surrender all. Come on, we want to come into coherence. And this sacred moment, come on, nothing's missing, nothing's broken. We're right here. All is well. I surrender all. I let go. I let God. Now I'm open. I'm open to receiving all the good I desire and deserve. And it is so. And it is so. Smile and be happy. So once we are here, come on, and you can feel yourself relaxing, releasing the anxiety. We want to really lock in and grab a hold to what's working for us. And in this universal number 1 year, right in this first month of this year, we want to focus on resting, resetting identity. Please write that down. Resting, resetting, and we want to tap into original, authentic, sovereign identity. So you ask the question to yourself, write this down, who am I now? Who am I now? And to just drop this down a little deeper, come on, take a breath in, relax. To drop down a little deeper, I want you to feel the frequency and the essence of you. That can be your ability to love, your ability to be kind, your ability to give, your ability to share, your ability to understand, your capacity to hold and cover and intercede. I want you to feel the essence and the core of you. And you ask yourself, who am I now? In this season of my life, who am I? And I want you to tap in, again, breathe. We want to breathe through this. Exhale and relax. And start using your feeling of sensing who you are. You want to be clear sentient, clear cognizant in this moment. Feel the essence of who you are. If you are a loving person, feel the love that you radiate and you shine and you give to everyone. If you're joyful, feel that joy. If you're giving, feel that ability to give. If you are a deep listener, I want you to feel that part of you that's a deep listener, where you create space to others, for others to safely share their trauma, their tragedy. Come on, I want you to feel that, because you want to tap into your wealth attractors this year. That's all a part of your identity. Who am I now? Grand Rising, thanks for joining us live. Who am I now? In this season of my life, you don't have to be who you were in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s. Who am I now? And if you're 60, 70, even 80, we are wiser. We are stronger. I want you tapping into that, because it's all about your identity now. resting and anchoring yourself in that identity. I can hear somebody say, Dr. Yeah, I don't know who the heck I am. Well, that's why we're here. In this month of January, you want to become solid in who you are, using your dynamic wealth attractors to lock in to the essence and the core of who you are, because that is where your wealth is. That is where increase is. So in the 3D realm, what is happening is that there is a major split that has been happening since about 2012. From 2012 to 25, there's been a major split going on in the 3D realm. Many people are waking up and they're seeing the falseness and the fakeness of the 3D construct, the matrix that we live in. And then you have another group, a massive group of people that don't know what to do, that are fearful, so they're locking down into what they knew in 3D. But what's happening in the physical realm, in the 3D matrix realm, that whole construct of systems are crumbling every single day. And the main system that is crumbling is performance identity. Put that in your notes. In 3D, in the matrix, we would get rewarded for our performance because we had faith in institutions, rather it was educational, political, religious. All of these systems in 3D was performance driven. Grand Rising, Reese, thanks for joining us live. Just happy you're here. Right? It was performance driven. And for a while, we were rewarded for our performance. Go to school, get a good education, get a job, work hard, get married, have kids. We were being accepted by how we perform. So it was all about performance identity, but those systems are crumbling. There is no faith in those systems like it was 40, 50, 100 years ago. So where are we now in this age, this era, this timeline going forward for the next 9 years? You have to tap into your original identity. Who am I now? Who did I come here to be in this season of my life? We're not having regrets. We're not beating ourselves up or down. We're not comparing ourselves. We're not copying. Performance identity is dead, beloved. Now it's time for you to tap into your sovereign identity and truly ask yourself the question, who am I now? And again, we want to activate all parts of us, and you want to be able to feel in your body. You want to be clear cognizant, clear sentient, right? You want to be able to feel in the body the essence of your wealth attractors. What makes you you? I want to be very clear here. Very clear. Performing and chasing after what the system says you should be is no longer valid. Can you please write that down in your notes? No longer valid. This is the season to tap in to divine sovereignty and understand and know for yourself, who am I in this season? Again, the easiest way to start tapping in is to breathe, relax, and feel the essence and the core of who you are. Feel your wealth attractors, your capacity to understand, your capacity to be non-judgmental, to see and know and accept everyone as they are, to not control anyone or anything, but to be a transmitter of what you know will bring transformation, not control. We simply want to be a transmitter in this season. Even as teachers, I'm a transmitter, releasing the signals that will interrupt patterns, interrupt old belief systems, and help you to establish what is real and what is true for you. Identity. Can somebody say identity? Identity, who I identify as in this season, right? So this universal number 1 year is all about new beginnings, initiation, right? Intention. You're setting up the next 9-year cycle. I feel like running, hollering, and screaming. Can we just take a praise break right here and be thankful and grateful that we are here with a fresh opportunity to set up where we want to go over the next 9 years? And a lot of things, I want you to hear this, a lot is going to happen in the 3D matrix. It's a split. And we are a part of, those of us that are awake, are part of the new earth, right? Do not let that rhetoric in the 3D realm control you and fool you into thinking that you have to lock into what they are given. No, we are awake. We have awakened. And what that means is that you are tapped in to the rich inner life, the kingdom of God within, and you could hear, you could see, you could sense, you can feel divine guidance and divine direction. Yes, Reese, yes. Yes, praise, yes. That you could hear it, you could feel it. Your mom, Reese, made a post yesterday and put up some praise dance and music. I listened to that thing for about 5 minutes and took off dancing. I was like, I miss that little thing every now and then, right? Yes, but we want to tap in now to our God self. That's what it means to be awakened, to wake up. It don't mean what the rhetoric that's being spewed out from the matrix. It doesn't mean that. To awaken means that you are tapped into the God self, that you are hearing beyond the noise of 3D, beyond the illusions, beyond all the tricks and the traps that's set up to steal and rob your energy, your sacred energy. Yes? Yes. So this number 1 year is all about new beginning, resetting. But we're starting this month with identity because, beloved, if you are not sure who you are, we're going to keep doing what we've been doing for years. We're going to keep running, chasing, trying to measure up, trying to look like. But I really, as Spirit keeps saying, stay here for a minute. You've got to feel and sense your divine wealth attractors, your dynamic gifting that you came here with, because you came here for a reason and a purpose. I was listening to some psychologists and specialists over the last week. And one of the things that I'm looking at, particularly for women, is that we may have gone our entire lives without recognizing certain sensitivities that we have. So like in my community with my mentor, we recognized back in 2010 that there was a thing called highly sensitive, right? So now, and we tap into that, and all that help us to understand that we are of that 20%, as Dr. Elaine Aron talks about in her book, The Highly Sensitive Person, that 20% of the population or creation, we're born highly sensitive, meaning that our nervous system is wired differently. It's not a weakness. It's actually a strength. But because the other 80% are not wired to be highly sensitive, they dominated and they scream the loudest about what we should do, how we should act. Those are the people that say sleep is for dummies, sleep while you're dead, no days off, get up, let's go, move it, rah, rah, rah. But when you're highly sensitive, that don't work for you. And many of us have hurt ourselves, me included, trying to operate like that, and it doesn't work. So here we are growing, and we're waking up more. And now we understand, and I always understand, that we have neurodivergent individuals. Now, the system and the 3D matrix want to put certain labels there, right? But I always said that those that were under or on certain spectrums of autism, ADHD, and all of those other things, and chronic anxiety, is that your brain and your nervous system is working differently. And you are unique. You're not broken. Can you please put that in the chat? Come on and talk back to me. I'm not broken. But many people, especially women, sometimes go undiagnosed, and you're not aware that the things that's happening is a part of your uniqueness. Do you know that anxiety and excitement is the same energy, has the same signature? It's all about how you perceive it and how you narrate that, the story you tell about it, right? I am unique, I'm not broken. Absolutely. Anxiety and excitement is the same neurosystem response. What's the story you're going to tell about it? Are you going to tell the story that I'm just chronically and acutely anxious? Or settle down and find out, what am I really excited about? And take that anxiety through several steps and use it for excitement. So many times there's a misdiagnosis or undiagnosis, and we don't understand how to work with the nervous system that we have. So as highly sensitive people, we learn to operate with our highly sensitive strengths. That's why I said in the beginning, tap into your wealth attractors. What is naturally a part of your essence and core of who you are, because that's what's going to pay you. That's what's going to create a life. See, in 3D, everybody's talking about do this, do that, get this software, get that software, start this, start that, do this hustle, do that hustle. But if none of that is a part of who you are, at your essence and your core, you'll run for a little while and then you'll stop. And then you're back into confusion. Yes, is me being overwhelmed at the on. Yeah, yes, okay, yes. Once I take the time to work out the pieces, there you go, pieces, I am activated and ready to work. That is it, Reese. We have to break that down, because the download, it can be overwhelming. But as highly sensitive, we learn that overwhelm is an indication to slow down, break it down into little doable pieces. When you understand how your nervous system works, as highly sensitives, right? We are sensitive to overstimulation, being in crowded rooms, being in loud rooms, loud pungent smells, certain perfumes and fragrances. All of that could be irritating. You could have allergies. All of that's a part of your highly sensitive nervous system working. When you understand how to work with that, then you understand how to navigate, right? So my mentor has something that she calls, these archetypes of the hider, the pusher, or the combo platter, where you bounce between pushing to get things done and then retreating and hiding. Well, what you have to understand is understand how your nervous system works and honor that. So I heard someone say that one of the problems that they ran into as an ADHD person, neurodivergent, is that they had problems with consistency. right? So again, in the 3D matrix, they'll tell you, do this, do that, post 5 times a day, every day, do this, all of that. But when your nervous system is highly sensitive or you're neurodivergent with the way that you pay attention and give attention, then when you ping pong like that, I get work done and then I pull back and retreat. You honor that and learn how to make that work for you. Because this is what I've come to know. Anything can work if you're working it from the divine root of being anchored in who you are. Anything can work. Anything can work. So when you start honoring who you are and realize, okay, I get these bursts and these wins and I can get up, I can work, I can do things, but then I have to pull back. I have to reset. I have to regroup. I need to be alone, right? I need to just sit and think or sit and journal, whatever. And then it comes back around again. I get up and I move and I get it done. That's the first place to start honoring yourself and not beating yourself up because you can't perform like everyone else. Or why can't I be consistent like everyone else? I have bursts where I can post, and then maybe there won't be a post for 2 or 3 days. That's not me being non-compliant or inconsistent or not being consistent. That's me honoring a divine flow. And the more you learn how to work with that divine flow, the more you're going to honor who you are. So in this first month, this first year, this universal number 1 year, I want to look at the email. It's about an identity reset. Who am I now? Yes. Who am I now? Yes. I've learned how to be okay with doing what works for me, right? How and when it works for me and not what the humans around my world say or want. That is self-care at its best. That is honoring yourself, right? When you do that, you can function. When you do that, you can get more done. And then you can just simply rinse and repeat. So what am I saying, beloved? You have to reset your identity. Come back to who you are. What works for you? When does it work for you? And when you learn to do that and establish those loving boundaries, you can be loving, you can be kind, you don't have to be nasty, you don't have to be mean, you don't have to cuss people out. Because if we're doing that, then we are reacting and not responding. Reese said she can do this now, regardless what the humans around her may want or think is good for her, right? So the core energetic meaning of this universal 1 is all about an identity reset. You are letting go of performance identity. I'm not performing for you. I'm not performing for the world because that whole reward system is crumbling, right? So it's about reclaiming your authority. You see, and I'm closing with this. When you can settle down, bring heart and brain into coherence, bring your nervous system into homeostasis where everything is calm, right? Your brain wave is at alpha or theta or gamma. That's when you're just relaxed, right? Like how we are right now. We're not trying to impress anyone. We're not performing for anyone. I'm not trying to be like anyone. I'm just being very clear with feeling my dynamic wealth attractors, resting in my ability to teach, transmit, and transform. More is caught than taught, beloved. And I'm allowing myself to transmit and allow you to catch it. Took years to learn to be that without draining myself first, and always, yes, and always took years without draining myself and always doing what others wanted you to do. It takes time. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because it takes time. It's not you always hear me say, it's not a one and done. It's not a hit on it, like lay hands, spin me around, blow on me, breathe on me. Now, it's something you have to practice. And we fall back and we relapse, right? But then we regroup, we get back up, and we keep moving. Yep. And we keep moving. You missed the comment just before that. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me see. Thank you. Okay. Is it one before? Let me see. Okay, good. I'm going to get it. This thing is moving wonky. Counselor asked me, right, let me see. Counselor asked me, when am I at my best self? Yes, 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 yes. Answer was when I'm doing something for others. See, that's a part of your dynamic wealth attractors, right? But then when I'm doing something for others, it took years to learn to be that without draining myself first. Yes. And always, okay, then you said I missed the comment before that. Okay, that is good. Reese, that is so good. That is what we want to know. That's why I say you have to feel your dynamic wealth attractors. Feel the essence and the core of who you really are. When are you at your best? When are you enjoying life? When is life feeling good to you? And as Reese said, when I'm helping others. That's a part of your wealth attractor. You came here for that purpose, to support, to aid, to nurture, to heal, to transform the life of others. We have to be okay with doing it the way that we do it. You do it through your career, right? Others may do it through their family responsibility, right? Being that anchor for the family. Others may do it through their religious ministry. The whole deal is that we want to tap into the essence and the core. And if you know, I help people. I make people's lives better by what I bring. What is the way you help? I help through medical science. I help through education. I help through media. I help through entertainment. I help through beauty. Whatever it is, I want you so comfortable with what you do, because that is the stuff that you can do easily and effortlessly without being drained, right? I'm a natural teacher, caregiver, and mentor. This I love. See, that's it. That is it. That is how you want to live your life. Being a natural teacher, a caregiver, and mentor. That is it. When you know yourself and you become anchored in that, you start reclaiming your authority. You have to be okay with who you came here to be, beloved, because that's where the reward is. So what makes you feel good? What can you do anytime of day or night? That's a clue, right? If you are a caregiver, somebody could wake you up in the middle of the night and present an issue, and everything in you come alive, right? Because that's what you came here to do. You came here to be that. Like I would often say, somebody could wake me up out of a dead, drunken sleep and hand me a topic and say, we need you to teach on this in the next 5 minutes. I can get up, wash my face, spruce up, put some clothes on, and go out, look at that, go out. And why? Because that's in me as a teacher, as a master teacher, that's in me. But I'm not just a teacher, I am a transmitter. Right? So I am tapped into the essence and the core of what works in the spirit realm behind the scenes as I'm transmitting, that brings transformation. right? And so we have to understand or understand who we are at our best. What makes you feel good? All right. So this universal year one, we want to do an identity reset, get back to who you are. That helps you to reclaim your authority, your sovereignty. And you have to be okay with that. You see, the world have us in an anxious tizzy. I know that we have to survive. I know that we have to pay bills. I know that we are in a subscription-based reality where we have to pay for every part of our living. But if we can learn to detach from that mindset long enough to tap in and hear divine guidance telling you how to take your next step, what to be intentional about, what to initiate, then we're going to start living and receiving real results, real rewards, real healing. Now, as long as we're here in this 3D matrix, there's going to be a challenge. There will be a setback. There will be opposition. That's just a part of how this matrix is set up. But we no longer let that dictate to us, slow us down, intimidate us, beat us up, or bully us. We learn from setbacks. We learn from opposition. And when we learn from that, then we're operating at our best self. So it takes a minute when you start operating in this for the physical to catch up sometimes. So if nothing look like it's changing, nothing look like it's happening, just keep going in authenticity, in your true identity. So what's the assignment? Who am I now in this season of my life? Well, I'm still a nurturer. I'm still a master teacher. I'm still a transformation catalyst. How can I amplify that now and do more of that? What do I need to let go? What am I letting in? And again, one non-negotiable. All of us, you pick one non-negotiable for this year. Something that you know you need to carry you forward. Health and wellness, non-negotiable this year, right? Financial stability, non-negotiable this year. Mutually beneficial relationship, one non-negotiable that we're going to work it all year long, and we'll go ready for this reset. So this is a good time to consecrate, a good time to go on a detox or a cleanse and get ready to rejuvenate the body, the mind, the will, the emotion, because remember, with all that we're doing, we're setting the foundation that we're going to build on for the next 9 years of our lives. All right? Deep breath in, exhale. Let's sow seed today. Let's use the number 1 and the number 12. So you could do 12, you could do 21, you could do 121. I'm feeling 121. Let's sow into this universal number year number 1, and let's get set up to prosper and succeed for the next 9 years. All right, lovelies, like this video, go back in, leave a comment, and then share this. That's how we pay it forward. All right, have a blessed, wonderful, and amazing rest of your day. Bye for now.